so this is where you see the results.
Yep.
What is this program?
Okay, so what we've got is a program called TechTight that we're using to run this test. And because the test is hopefully at such a low pressure, I like to let the computer run the test rather than doing it manually because it'll give a more accurate result. Going to get. We've also taped all of the intentional openings. You can see the yellow tape on the HRV pipes here. We've sealed those off so that they're not contributing to the test. And we had to do a temporary seal on the door downstairs because it's not actually installed yet. So it may be a bit of a leakage point. We'll have to see how it does in the final test. But otherwise, I think we're ready to run it. So let's do it.
Should we check it? What does this do? This is like
So
blocking
the first thing
it?
the computer wants to know is what's the standard or the standing pressure of the house.
We were having a real trouble
pressure
with that
baseline.
yesterday.
Yeah, with the wind yesterday.
The wind, yeah.
It's not very windy today, is it?
No, it's pretty good out there. A little bit of a breeze, but not much.
This is for gathering and baseline.
Okay, so we're taking a baseline measurement of the pressure in the house. We have to put the indoor temperature and the outdoor temperature into the software, and then it's going to take 30 readings at 1 second intervals to see what the baseline pressure of the house is with the fan inlet covered. Okay. And we're about to hit start on the test. You see, and hopefully I plugged in all the right cords this time.
There it goes.
There she goes.
And we're doing a depressurization test right now. With passive house, you have to do a depressurization test and a pressurization test, and take the average of the two tests as your result.
More accurate? What is that for?
Well, it lets you not get away with having holes that self-seal in one direction. So if you have flaps on the exterior for vents, they seal under depressurization, but under pressurization they should open.
Right.
And because of the way wind blows over buildings, there's always one side that's under pressurization scenario where it's sucking flaps like that open. So passive house takes that into account.
Is this the only standard that does that?
The only standard that we do, yeah.
Ring D for damn that's airtight.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark is not live periscoping or broadcasting this because he's kind of nervous about this.
There it is.
So it'll spit out a result for
Test
us.
results.
Does a bunch of math.
0.47.
Good guess. Good guess.
2.4?
Yep. Gary's the winner.
Bravo. 0.47 with known leakage at the back.
Yeah.
Two big openings temporarily covered.
See, I knew it was 0.4 because I was the one that taped that window. I left a little spot just so it would come in at 0.4.
Sabotage your results.
At 0.47, we're already beating passive house standard, which is 0.6. We are aiming for lower than that for our final test on this house, though.
Yeah.
In order to meet passive house standard for this house, we need to beat 0.4. And ideally, we're going to get down to 0.2 so that our heating system works at its maximum efficiency. We're trying to have a heating system be very minimal. And this air test is going to be one of the biggest determinants as whether we can do that or not. So 0.47 in depressurization is really good for this stage. I'm pretty happy with that.
Woo! Yeah.
So this is what we had to do downstairs for that air test we just ran, to do a temporary seal over this door. So we've just used some 2x3s to clamp a piece of the Sega membrane in place. It's imperfect, the corners are folded and taped, so there was some leakage there that contributed in the test. And then this is the significant contributor to our results not being tighter. We don't have this window completely installed yet. The gap underneath will eventually get foamed and taped over. Right now we've just installed some tuck tape on the outside, and we could feel leakage there with our hands as we ran the test. So we expect the result to improve once those two areas are completed.